Welcome to Doc Rides. This is the motorcycle ride along chat and hangout channel, and welcome to 2025 motorcycle season, and welcome to the garage, the Kawasaki Z-H2. This is the first time I've ever ridden it, and I thought I'd do a little recording. We can talk about it, first impressions, and whether it's going to kill me or not. So I kind of looked up as much of the safety stuff as I could on this guy. And maybe I should separate these keys so they don't bang off the tank and scratch it up. I just took delivery of this bike from a company in Ontario called Primeline Auto. I bought it basically sight unseen because I've wanted one of these forever. What happened was I kind of got an itch that was unscratchable with the Goldwing. When I bought the Goldwing, I sold my Kawasaki ZRX Eddie Lawson replica bike. It was a ZRX 1100. Oh shoot. Okay. I do this. There's the easy way, and then there's the smart way. I know I sound short of breath in these videos. I'm not actually that out of shape. Well, I am out of shape. I'm a 44-year-old man, but I just find the mic being right in my mouth makes it sound like I'm breathing really heavy. Okay. So I want it in road mode, and there's road. I don't actually know how to do the menu. We don't want it in sport mode. I'm very nervous about this. I need to get gas as well, obviously. I do have my phone with me, so you won't see my credit card. Yeah, I sold my Eddie Lawson replica bike, and there's a place in my heart for sports bikes that suddenly was not being filled. Now this is a little more intense. My plan was to get a Z900 RS, the retro looking one, but I figured this would be okay. I'm duck walking this thing. I'm nervous. This bike does make me nervous. I'm not used to leader bikes. I don't really ride a lot of super fast bikes. I've always had old like 750s and that kind of thing. But I miss my ZRX 1100 desperately. And so yeah, I plan to get the Z900 RS, and then I saw this listing in Ontario for just a little bit more than the RS, and I thought, well, I'd be stupid not to. So the deal with these, if you don't know, it's like a 998cc supercharged inline 4, and it was really important to me to get the inline 4 motor because I love the way they sound. Not so much with the supercharger. I have no experience with a supercharged or forced induction motorcycle, but by God, I love an inline 4. The old Japanese bikes are my absolute favorites to ride. And as you know, I have Harleys, and I love the Goldwing. I'm a man with... Oh shoot, there's a big fire going on. Wow, I wonder what that is. There's a construction pit up there. Oh, I guess it doesn't have self-canceling turn signals. There may be a bit of wind noise here. I got the helmet cracked. It's cold out. It's like 8 degrees. And we're not going to put this thing through its paces today. This is just literally, can I ride it safely? Will it try to kill me? Let's just survive the first ride. Because I'm nervous, man. I'm seriously nervous. You know, should you buy motorcycles that make you nervous? The physician in me says no. The physician says it's funner to drive a slow bike fast. But the lunatic in me, the guy who loves the weirdness, man, I think you gotta get the weird bike. Geez, these roads are freaking terrible. This is not the right kind of roadway for this type of motorcycle, but we're just gonna make it work. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this off and we'll start again when I get going. Oh, baby. So if you're not Canadian, we just got rid of our carbon tax, and so that was like 20 bucks for a full tank of gas. It's about 20% difference, maybe not quite, 15% difference without the carbon tax. This bike, if you ride it hard, apparently it's absolutely terrible on gas. So, I'm too nervous to ride it hard right now. I gotta get some practice. The thing I've been reading about is the uncontrolled power wheelies and stuff. That's not, you know, it's fun, but I just, control is always more fun to me. This has all kinds of gadgets and gadgets. It's got the Skyhook suspension. This is the SE model. Suspension feels quite firm, which I guess is good because I'm fat. I'm 250 pounds. Maybe a little less. I'm hoping I'm a little less. I haven't gotten on the scale a few days. KQS means quick shift. You're getting 10.2 kilometers per liter. I don't know how to convert that into miles per gallon or liters per 100 kilometers. I can't do that off the top of my head. We're just going to take a nice cruise, legal speed limit. We're going to go up towards Hampton, where I just actually had to go up in the car to register this bike. Then maybe we'll come back the pretty way. The mirrors are not adjusted for me, and I tried to adjust them, and I think I need a wrench to do it. That's a little bit weird. You can tell I'm not exactly cooking this thing. God, and it's also friggin' cold. Holy mother of pearl. Okay. This is This is a fast bike. There's going to be a lot of wind noise on this video. Oh, geez. I have no intention of getting pulled over. There are a lot of cops out. I saw quite a few of them earlier. I did check the tires just to make sure there's some tire pressure and everything seems okay. But I'm not keen on going nuts here. Okay, so first impressions here on the highway. I apologize for the wind noise. I can tell it's going to be terrible. There's no fairing on this thing, obviously. It's just a naked, I guess you'd call it a hyper naked bike. This is definitely doable. The way I'm riding it right now, it's fast, but it's docile. It does not feel scary. It feels a lot like my previous ZRX 1200, only it's taller, and that ZRX was had no fairing either. This feels, you feel like a bit more of a wind sail. So the good thing of that is you can feel the speed you're going. The ZRX you couldn't. The ZRX I was leaned down like this a bit, and it you would look at your speedometer and you'd be going 140, 150, 160, and you'd feel like you're doing 110. If you're an officer of the law watching this, I never went that fast. This is faster, but it's heavy too. This is heavier, I would say, by maybe 50 to 100 pounds. I can't give you the stats, but I would guess 520 pounds wet. Just feels like 300 pounds less than a Goldwing. But the weight all feels like it's way down under me. And it's windy today, and I'm not blowing around on the highway at all. And in that sense, it is a little bit like the ZRX of yesteryear. Gotta really watch for deer around here. I've been watching a lot of motorcycle safety videos since I decided to buy this thing. You know, it's good to have fun, but you gotta be careful. Holy snapping assholes, this is fast. I'm just gonna downshift and give it a little bit. Holy mother of pearl! That's unbelievable. Okay. As long as you're intelligent with your right wrist, it's fine. That was maybe quarter throttle. And I'm gonna try and blur the speedo so I don't get in trouble. I don't even know if my camera's pointed the right way. I haven't done this setup since last year. Holy smokes though. This is a nice bike to ride. Just at normal highway speed, this is friggin' beautiful. And I will say, getting out to the highway was no problem. It did not feel scary at all. So I think it's an electronically modulated throttle. I'm not in sport mode. I suspect it isn't giving you too much throttle right off the lower end, so it didn't feel twitchy at all. The ZRX did feel twitchy. I apologize, this is disorganized. I'm only giving you first impressions. I don't even know how to use the menu yet. It obviously has cruise control. I kind of went through some of the settings just before I started the video, but I don't know how to access them. But KQS is Kawasaki Quick Shifter. I'm not going to use it because I don't I don't trust it and I don't want to wreck the gearbox. But I'm sure you can just, when KQS is on, you can use it. One weird issue I had is that when I went to register the bike with the DMV, they, I feel like that might be pointed too high, but now it might be pointed too low. It's really hard to know. When I went to register the bike, they don't have this bike on file. They registered it as an H2, like the sport bike. So hopefully that doesn't cause me legal problems down the road. They've got the license plate and the VIN number and all that stuff. They're calling it an H2. I'll just, you know, we'll make it work. This is the first video I bet you've seen where somebody got passed by a Mitsubishi Outlander while riding a ZH2. I never said I was a fast rider. Oh man. And I bet the wind noise is just horrendous. I'm sorry. I'm used to the Goldwing with full windshield. So there's probably crackles and pops on this video. It's going to be poor quality. My apologies. So yeah, we haven't had a chance to talk about stuff, but I really just wanted to mostly talk about the bike today. And being in Canada, we'll talk about, you know, as time goes, we'll talk about what's going on with the Canada-US relationship. I do feel like it's important to tell my American friends that, look, none of this is your fault. I know, you know, I know it's just a politician thing. I don't like politicians generally. There was a while there where I thought, oh my gosh, we're going to end up like going to war. but it seems like some of that has subsided a bit at this point, so that's good. It was a little stressful watching the markets crash the last few days, so I'm recording this on April 11th. The markets, well, he announced the tariffs on like the reciprocal ones, I think April 2nd, that day after the markets closed. And I lost everything I have is basically invested. I think I lost like 20% of my investments, but having been through watching my parents go through 2008 and 2009, and then having been through COVID and the war in Ukraine, what was the other one? We had another dip. I mean, I remember the dot-com bubble too, but I think the wisdom here is that if you just ride it out, as long as you don't have to retire like immediately, you should be okay in the long run. Don't take anything I'm saying as investment advice, but yeah. So I had actually ordered this in March, mid-March. It came from Ontario, and they had to ship it down, so it was a bit of a pain in the ass getting it shipped. And when all that happened, I thought, oh man, did I make a terrible mistake? Like, should I have been saving my money? And realistically, maybe I should have saved it, put it in the market after the crash. We knew tariffs were coming. We didn't know how bad it was going to be, but on the other side of that coin is that, like, you know, I trust in God. I can't put money ahead of everything else. And I don't know. I just felt like I've been working really hard. This year I worked 30% more than I've worked in the past. And in the past I was flat out. So this was like beyond flat out. And I just thought I got to enjoy these years. Like, I'm in my 40s. My dad died in his mid-60s. And his dad died in his mid-60s. And, you know, what do I get love from? I get love from motorcycling. And I love the Goldwing. The Goldwing is still going to be obviously sort of the main bike that I ride. But, you know, I missed my sport bike. And I think this is a nice, if I hate it, I'll end up selling it, you know? I can always sell it and lose a little bit of money on it and had notched up the experience. But I got to tell you, from this early part of this ride, I don't hate it. I actually really like it. It's very comfortable. The peg position is actually a little more forward than I thought it would be. It's not as sporty, maybe, as the ZRX was. The tank is freaking huge. Now, one question that would be a fair one here is, why didn't I get... Whoops. I'm an idiot. Why didn't I get the Ducati Street Fighter? Well, the Street Fighter V2 is, you know, this is a 2023. This was used, obviously. It would be a similar price point for a used one, but the thing is, I like Japanese bikes. I like Japanese reliability. I like the trellis frame.
Well, for heaven's sake, my GoPro ran out of battery, so I don't have any additional footage of the ride. But yeah, first impressions are this. This is way easier to ride than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be an absolute monster. Now, that's not to say you can relax and be careless with it. It is a serious bike. It is like a leader bike with no fairing. It's, you know, it's easier to ride slow than I anticipated. The ZRX 1200 that I had was not as easy to ride slow. It was twitchy. This isn't that at all. It's comfortable. The seating position is comfortable. The seat feels a little bit like it's made out of wood. It's a very thin foam seat, I guess. So, you know, I would say, like, for short rides, like an hour or 2 hours even would be fine, but longer than that, you're going to want to take a break. You probably can get a gel seat for it, but I mean, it doesn't bother me that much. I don't think this thing is standard. I think that's just whoever had it before me put it on there. And I know the looks are controversial, I guess you would say. I actually, it looks really good in the metal. I don't know, in pictures, I always think this bit here looks really freaky, but it looks like it's too long or something. It's a strange looking thing, but in the metal, like in person, well, it looks darn good. Colors are nice. I like this black and gray, and what I was saying when the camera died was that I loved the trellis frame. That's why I didn't, well, one of the reasons I didn't get the Ducati. They don't make the trellis frame bikes anymore, and I just love the way they look. I thought about getting a Monster, but then the other thing is, okay, so two things. I love inline 4 motorcycles. I think that's the ultimate bike configuration. And then, well, I guess I'm going to supercharge it. It's even better. But I love the way they sound. I love the responsiveness. I love the way they feel. And I love the way they rev. Now, this is kind of weird because inline 4s usually you have to rev them out. This, you don't seem to have to at all. It just has infinite torque wherever you are in the rev range. And I assume that's because of the forced induction. So that was one big reason. And the sound, like I like the way these sound more than V-twin, especially like a Desmodromic 90-degree V-twin or even a V4. Yeah, I don't know. So those are the main reasons I got this instead of the Ducati. I'm still looking at this, I'm thinking, man, that's a weird look. Like the way the headlight comes way out. But when you're on it, it feels like you're flying. Like I'm 6'2" or 6'3", somewhere in between. And where I'm sitting, I don't know if you can tell on the GoPro, but I just feel like the road is right in front of me. It's a taller bike than I thought. It's taller, as you can see, than the Goldwing. But yeah, just a nice new bike for the stable. And not sure whether I'll own it forever or own it for just a year or two. I can see there's been some dentage on it from the previous owner. But oh, the other thing I didn't love about it is this thing kind of looks like a pecker. It even has like a little head. I don't care. I don't really care. I think it looks cool. And, yeah, it's wonderfully fast, but fast in a very controllable way. So as long as you trust yourself, to ride safely, I would say, yeah, it's not a bad bike. I'm just noticing some shreddage here on the side of the tire, but I think that's okay. Yeah, anyway, so that's about it. What do I plan to do with it would be the big question. Kind of getting into tuning stuff. I don't need more power than this. What I would like is an exhaust that doesn't look as ridiculous as that. I think that's way too bulky. And I'd like maybe a little bit more sound. It doesn't have to be super loud, just some sound. So, I don't know, there's a company called Scorpion that makes them, I think in the UK, where you just have a smaller can on it, or just a slip-on. That would probably be the main thing. The other thing now, as you can tell, I don't ride in power wheelie on purpose and all that stuff, but maybe steering damper. I don't think any of these bikes come with one built in. And I've had tank slappers before, and they scare the absolute living piss out of me. So that'd be the only other thing, I guess. Anyway, we'll have some adventures on it. We'll talk about everything that's going on in the world. Maybe talk about some music stuff I've been listening to lately. And hopefully you have a great day. Stay safe out there. And enjoy the spring. Enjoy the spring weather. It's still a little cold here. It's only 8 degrees Celsius, but she's coming. She's coming along. All right. Take care. Bye.